Welcome to the PR Maven podcast, a podcast all about growing your network and building your brand through traditional and digital networking techniques. I'm Nancy Marshall, the PR Maven and CEO of Marshall Communications. Stay tuned for this week's episode, and thanks for listening. Welcome, PR Maven Nation, to this week's episode, one of our mini episodes, a quick and informative look at 10 tips for public speaking. The podcast is presented by Marshall Communications, creator of the 65-step Marshall Plan process. For more information, visit marshallpr.com, and on the website under PR Maven, you will also find information about my two books, PR Works and Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand. This week, I will be sharing my Forbes Agency Council article, 10 Public Speaking Tips from a PR Expert. Whether you're a college student presenting a group project or a CEO addressing key shareholders, public speaking isn't easy. It can intimidate even the most confident among us. In fact, it's estimated that as many as 75% of Americans have some level of anxiety related to public speaking. Glossophobia, the fear of public speaking, I'll say that again, glossophobia, is more common than you think. But don't despair. Follow these simple steps and you can overcome even the most deep-seated fears and anxieties. Number one, start with a message map showing your key message in the center. Your key message should be a 7-second soundbite or a 21-word message saying, quote, I do X for Y so they can Z. This message must be woven into your speech and any publicity surrounding your speech. You should also include supporting messages that bolster your key message laid out in bullet points. Number two, plan the speech using your message map. Again, lead with the key message and then add supporting messages. Either write out a rough draft of the speech or use bullet points, whatever works best for you. If you are doing a PowerPoint or another slideshow presentation, plan that out accordingly. Remember, the fewer words in a presentation, the better. You want your audience to be focused on you, not the screen. Number three, consider your unique perspective. Ask yourself, how can I differentiate myself from other speakers? Then determine your cornerstone content or the content that is uniquely yours. For example, my unique perspective is that we each need to build our personal brand in person and online. Once you figure out what sets you apart, it becomes much easier to develop unique messages. Number four, rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Don't just wing it. Practice makes perfect in many walks of life, but especially when it comes to public speaking. Whether you're in front of the mirror or in front of others, review your speech numerous times. Become thoroughly familiar and comfortable with your content, especially the cornerstone messages. Number five, share your plans to speak on social media. If it's a public event, you want to get the word out. Invite your online network to come and listen to you. LinkedIn is a powerful tool in this regard since you can reach dozens of professional contacts in just minutes. Look at it this way. The more people in the audience who already know, like, and trust you, the better you will be received. Number six, dress for the occasion. Pick the outfit that fits you well and that you feel comfortable wearing. The goal with public speaking is to maximize confidence, and the way you dress can affect your confidence level. The sweet spot is to dress formally, but not in a way that restricts your movement or makes you feel and look too rigid. Number seven, the first impression matters. Plan your introduction so it goes beyond your educational and work experience. What have you done that has made you the person you are today? Share that information in your introduction to make yourself memorable. Humor is your friend. Self-deprecating jokes, for example, are generally well received by people in the audience. Number eight, experts shouldn't feel nervous. This cannot be overstated. If you are speaking in public, then you are effectively an expert on the subject matter. If you feel nervous, remember that people truly want to hear what you have to say. You have been selected to give this speech, no one else but you. Stand tall and proud and deliver your message with authority. Number 9, claim your space on the stage. Use the area that you are given, but don't just stand there. Own it. Hiding behind the podium makes you look less confident and by extension, as though you lack authority. Experts look like experts too, and that starts with how they stand. Number 10, don't forget the last impression. Give the audience more information at the end of the speech so they know how to reach you. If possible, collect email addresses or business cards. That way, you can follow up with people who could become valuable professional contacts. Building your network of contacts is ultimately the end goal of a speaking presentation. Remember that a smile will make you more relatable, so smile and connect with your audience with gratitude in your final moments on stage. For more insight, get access to my latest book, Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand, by visiting prmaven.com/giveaway and download a free copy today. Here is my friend Mike Duguay to share how PR Works and Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand have helped him.
After reading PR Works, I really started to think about how marketing actually works. And I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but what I realized is that each platform nowadays that we use out there in digital media and social media has its own nuance and also quirks to it. And understanding how they're used is exceedingly important. Because when you have a hammer in your hand, everything looks like a nail. And you can't approach it that way in marketing. And that's where I think Nancy's brilliance really shined in PR Works. I think Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand is really sort of the manifesto of understanding that there's many different levels to marketing. It's on your personal side of your brand, how actually you express yourself through business, but also what people hear you saying and what they see out there in the public eye as well. So I think what's really important there, that's really the blueprint of how you go about using these new social media platforms, but also to express who you are as a human being. Because people want to see you authentically and genuinely working with not only what you do, but also with the customers. And Nancy, on a personal level, I think that's who she is. She embodies that approach.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the PR Maven podcast. I invite you to share a review of the podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode. You can also join the PR Maven Nation on Facebook. It's free to join, and it's a great community of like-minded individuals who are all looking to learn and grow from one another. If you use an Alexa device, use your Alexa app to search the Skills and Games section to find and enable the PR Maven podcast flash briefing. This will give you access to exclusive content and more PR and marketing advice. Thanks again for listening, and have a great rest of your week, PR Maven Nation.